Today, we're taking a deep dive into Project 2025 and how its plan to dismantle the Department of the Interior will impact critical programs like Social Security, disability service improvement, and welfare benefits. These programs are lifelines for millions, and they're under direct attack. Project 2025 is being sold as streamlining. But make no mistake, this is about cutting the systems that keep essential benefits flowing. Let's get into how this impacts Social Security, disability service improvement, and welfare. But before we get started, go to your preferred social media channels and search for Turn Left PAC. Hit that like and subscribe button because we are going to keep exposing the truth behind Project 2025 and its dangerous implications for working Americans and the most vulnerable populations. Speaking of Project 2025, joining me today is Kimber, who's been working closely with me to uncover the hidden dangers of Project 2025. And today we're going to discuss how this radical plan will impact Social Security, disability service improvement, and welfare benefits. We're on page 32. Kimber, welcome. Thanks for being with us. And it's right here. They're laying out the plan to reduce bureaucracy, but behind this so called efficiency, there's a clear attack on Social Security. The Department of the Interior helps manage funds for programs like Social Security, and if they cut it, delays and disruptions are inevitable. Kimber, people don't often realize how interconnected federal departments are. Can you explain a little bit about why cutting the Department of the Interior would impact Social Security?
I know that one of the hidden agendas that they have right now for the conservative movement, as we call it, is that they keep trying to cut back benefits for welfare people, making it harder for them to obtain benefits that they desperately need. The same with the Social Security and disability. They make it really extremely hard to get disability insurance. Even if you qualify, you still have problems getting it. And then Social Security, one of the things they've been talking about doing is they want to take the Social Security, and if you have like a pension or something like that, they want to cut your Social Security benefits.
So
And
that's insane. Won't that lead to delays and disruptions in benefit payments?
it will, yes, and it will also, I mean, think about this, these men, these people, men and women that have been writing this document, and the people that also like that are in our legislative body, um, they don't understand how it really actually works. They're not out there seeking welfare. They technically think they know how it works because it's in black and white, right? But the thing is trying to get services in this country is really, really hard. Let's take welfare for instance. If you don't hit a certain dollar, you can't get your food stamps, or you have to be below a certain dollar. Even if you're struggling, they really don't care. An example of this would be like, say somebody's retired, they're on Social Security, and but their the money that they get from their retirement benefits plus their Social Security, if they're only, say they have to pay $1,000 into insurance and they only get $2,000 a month, if they go to welfare will count that insurance money as money obtained and you're living off of, instead of saying, oh, well, you're paying for insurance, you only have $1,000 a month to live off of, so we're going to help you with your housing and your food or whatever. But the thing is they won't help you. If you are only getting $1,000, they're still counting your income as higher than what it is because you're paying into your insurance, which is totally like not fair. Especially, what are we going to do if they take away all this stuff? where is all our dollars going to go? If they tear down, say, Social Security, Medicare, if they tear those two down, what's their plan to do with all the tax dollars that we put in there so that we would have it later on in life?
Well, that is a really good question, and folks who have paid into Social Security their whole lives, like we have, um,
Hmm.
are expecting a retirement, and then you have some of these mouthpieces in the conservative media,
Hmm.
um, like is it Charlie Kirk, who was always talking about ending Social Security and trying to get the younger generation to go along with. You don't need Social Security, guys. This is not a something you need. Earn your own money, right? Build your own wealth, and trying to get the younger generation to push for this so that they have this in their head that, oh, well, we won't need Social Security when we get older. Yeah, you will. If Social Security collapses, there could be just crazy delays. Folks will
Hmm.
not be able to pay their bills, who are already going without.
Hmm.
Do you think that the public fully understands how serious this could be?
No, I don't. I really don't, John, because here's the thing is every time I talk to somebody that's a conservative, they think that everything's a hoax, it's not real, they'll never do that. And the bottom line is that they're not doing the research. You have to research is so important when it comes to politics, because the only way we're going to know if they're really looking out for us, the people, is to find out what they're actually doing. And what I do is I go to congress.gov, and I look at the bills. And here's a funny thing is one of the bills that they put out there was, remember when they were doing that let's impeach Mayorkas?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, well,
Marge the train wreck Green.
yeah, so with that impeachment thing, there was also a little teeny piece like this talking about Social Security. So they were trying to slip two things in at once. And I'm kind of getting to the point where it's kind of like, you know what, you guys need to stop trying to sneak stuff into the bills. If you're going to put a bill out there, put a bill out there and what it's about, but don't try to sneak something else in it, because that's sneaky. Oh, it's just
Well,
gross.
well, being sneaky is the only thing that the 118th Congress has done under Republican leadership. They haven't accomplished anything for the American people except
No.
cause chaos and and turn hearings and congressional proceedings into theatrics. It's absolutely unacceptable that they such a blatant disregard to do the work of the American people.
Yeah, it is. And the sad part is that, that the people that are going to be, the three sects that are going to be affected the most are the seniors, those who have very low income wage jobs, and the children. Oh, I take that back. Not just that. And then the disabled. So we've got the seniors, the disabled, and the children. Those are the three most important aspects that I'm concerned about, because those are the three where those people, that's all they have to survive on. That's, the kids. Let's look at the kids. They want to stop the SNAP program. They want to stop giving kids food at school. And what kind of people are these that don't want to feed kids that may only get one meal a day, and that meal a day might be in the school? I don't understand it. I've said this before, Jesus fed the sick, or fed the poor and healed the sick. Why do we have to be a country that doesn't care about our poor and our sick? It
You
just
know.
shows you what kind of people they are if they're not concerned about the people, the real people in the real world, because they don't understand what the real world is really about if they're trying to make these kind of draconian rules and regulations.
These are not just minor hiccups in the process. They're life-changing delays and problems for people who depend on these benefits. Let's take a quick break. And when we return, we'll dig into how Project 2025 threatens disability service improvement.
When I ran for Congress, we flipped more Trump voters blue than any other congressional race in the country. We did this by calling out the GOP's lies and speaking truth against their $1 million attack ads. I've now partnered with Turn Left, and we're taking the fight to the extremists like Marge the Trainwreck Green, Ted Cruz, and Josh Hawley, to name a few. And I'm asking each and every one of you all to donate $25 today to the group that is absolutely helping to send these jackaloons packing. It's time to speak truth to power and turn left.
Disability service improvement, Kimber, is designed to make disability claims faster and more accurate, ensuring that people get the benefits that they need in a timely manner, right? Under DSI, decisions are made quickly, within 20 days in some cases, and there's a structured review process involving the federal review official and the administrative law judge. But if the Department of the Interior is dismantled, the DSI process could slow to a crawl, leaving people with disabilities waiting months or even longer for the benefits that they desperately need.
That's it's really sad, because as somebody with disabilities, I can't even think. I sometimes I'm just like flabbergasted what they're doing and what they think. It's like, what is wrong with you people? When somebody goes to apply for DSI, it's not something it's not a decision that you make like because you want to. It's because you have no other choice. You have to have some kind of income coming in. Bedridden, some of these people, they're bedridden. They can't go any place. They'll get their insurance. Even now, they get denied, and then they have to hire an attorney so they can get it overturned. A person that's bedridden has to get an attorney to fight for disability now. If they dismantle all this stuff and they change all the way that it works, these people will never be able to get disability. People will, but the thing is that if they tear all this down, what's going to happen to this woman over here? Who that lives near me? She's been fighting to get her Medicaid already. She's fighting to get Medicaid and extra services because on her Social Security disability, you don't get that much money. If somebody were to go and they were to look up the average of most Americans that are on Social Security disability, the average is about $1,500 a month. But yet we're all supposed to live on that.
Yeah, and then they want to take everything away from us.
Exactly.
This is about widening the gap between the privileged and the underprivileged. And these types of so-called improvements that Project 2025 wants to make, they're going to do nothing but lead to increased delays in processing disability claims, pushing disabled individuals into further financial aid and health crises. And this isn't just about waiting a bit longer for these folks. For many of these benefits are a lifeline for medical treatments, housing, daily living. And you're exactly right. What happens to them if this goes away?
So let's look at it like this, okay? If Trump becomes president, because he's the only other conservative that can become, you know what I'm saying? He would be the conservative president. That's just, there's no choice about that. If he becomes president, one of the things that will happen is that to get a Social Security, to get Social Security disability, to get welfare, all those things will have to go to Mr. Trump's desk. That, in the nutshell, should say it all. We already know how he feels about these people. And if, oh my gosh, I don't know, because it just makes me really angry, John, because
Exactly.
I mean, this is a man who never in a day in his life has had to go without a meal or had to eat cinnamon toast for cereal with government milk back in the 60s and 70s. Never had to eat government cheese because that's all you could get. potato soup every night because that's all your parents could afford or your mother could afford. um he never has had to do any of that stuff. He's never had to go like, oh, I need to buy clothes, so I'm going to go to the Ark or the Goodwill and see what kind of deals I can get on some nice pair of clothes. He goes to all them like upper class places. Well, we are the ones that are like going through it on a daily process, trying to figure it out. How are we going to make ends meet? This man has never had to try to figure that out, even after he went bankrupt. How many times?
Yeah, exactly. And these cuts would leave people who are already struggling in an even worse position. And after the break, we're going to talk about how welfare is also under attack with Project 2025's plan.
Today, we have an amazing show for you. Join myself, special guests, and celebrities.
What's going on, Ice-T? Andrew Yang.
Somebody else was hopping on.
Oh, hold on.
What's going on, battle?
As we roast GQP Jackaloons.
He may not be a real businessman, but he is one hell of a con artist.
That's what it is. That's what they got indicted for. Treason and sedition. And addresses the headlines of the day.
They must be held accountable.
Live streaming every night. I got more time in a friggin' port in a friggin' combat zone than you've probably got in the military. This is Ojeda Live.
Welfare programs are a critical safety net for families facing tough times. But Project 2025's goal to streamline government is just code for cutting welfare benefits and leaving families to fend for themselves. If they gut the Department of the Interior, welfare programs will suffer severe disruptions. And with families losing access to essential services like food assistance and housing support, Kimber, how do you see the cuts to the Department of the Interior impacting welfare programs?
Oh, John, you just hit the nail on the head. Here's the thing. I just said it, and I'm going to reiterate it. Everything will have to go to Trump's desk. He would have to approve housing. He would have to approve food stamps. He would have to approve welfare. He's already going around telling us what rapists and prisoners and all these people are coming here illegally, and we're like going, really? No, I don't think that's how it's working. The immigrants, I think he considers immigrants that come to this country legally, I think he thinks they're still illegal aliens as well. I don't know what his deal is, but
and they want to cut overtime. They want to cut everything that
yeah,
people need to make their lives better. And with
right.
all these cuts, it's not going to just be about tightening budgets. It's going to leave millions of families with no place to turn.
Mhm.
And this isn't just a temporary crisis; it's a long-term disaster. And if
Right.
Project 2025 succeeds in dismantling welfare programs, it's just not going to work in the benefit of the American people.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like keep the poor poor. Is that what this country's becoming? Because if that's what this country's becoming, I don't like it. I don't want to be, I don't want to be in a country where the rich are the ones that make the ideals or the suggestions or playbook or plans for the masses. The masses are the ones that are supposed to be the ones that are telling them what they want, and they're supposed to be fixing it for us. They're supposed to be making it a better world for us, but instead they want to take us back to pre 1800s, probably before the Revolutionary War, for all I know. But that's basically what they want to do. They want to take everything that's been put in place in the last 248 years and just shred it. They don't care. And I think I say this every time. They don't care about we, the people. They only care about we, the top 1%, or we, this little quarter of or third of the nation, And then what they do is I actually watched something with Trump the other day, and I actually, for the first time, I was able to catch how he uses his words to manipulate the people. And I thought, oh my gosh, that man is I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. He's evil. I mean, because the way he manipulates people. Oh, all these bad people are coming over here. Oh, I'm going to give you the best health care. Oh, I'm going to make it better for you. Well, the last time he was in presidency, he didn't make it any better for me. He made it 10 times worse.
Right. Well,
No.
that this is why he loves the undereducated, because the undereducated are the easily duped. And this is a Project 2025 is a uh, is a dupe. It's a plan. It's a bait and switch that
Yeah.
will not be good for the future of this country. Um,
Yeah.
Project 2025 is a full scale attack on the programs that support millions of Americans. Social Security, disability service improvement, welfare, they're all at risk. And if we don't fight back, we're going to see a future where seniors, disabled individuals, and low income families are left without the support that they need. And this is why supporting Turn Left is critical. We are fighting back against this disastrous plan every day, and we need your help. So head on over to turnleftpack.org, donate what you can, and let's make sure that Project 2025 doesn't succeed. Every little bit of support matters. Here's the reality. Project 2025, it's not about efficiency. It's about ripping away the safety nets that millions of Americans rely on. And if they get their way, seniors, disabled individuals, and low income families will be left out in the cold. This is a calculated, cruel agenda to strip away benefits from the people who need them most. We can't afford to let that happen. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's fight this together. And stay tuned next for Ojeda Live.